All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Thee Just Gabbing Podcast. And I'm your host, Jaden Gabb. And I'm so excited. I'm like, there's so many emotions going on. And I had to bring some guests in today. You know I'm always bringing guests. But this time, I'm telling y'all really gonna love these guests, I should say. I have Chance in the building, and I got Divine in the building. But let's give them a round of applause. Y'all don't even have to do that. Where's my applause at? Hold on. It's coming. Nah, I can't find it. But anyways, I just want to welcome them to the pod. This is a long time coming. Mm-hmm, We've been working on this, getting them here, and we have a lot to talk about. Today's topic is bars or books, degree or dreams. Is college killing the creativity? You know? What happens when the dream doesn't fit inside a syllabus? When your GPA starts fighting your creativity? When your pen is sharper than your Scantron? We've got Chance and we got Divine. Gentlemen, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself to the podcast because they don't know who y'all are, and we got to let them know who's in the building with us. So,
Can I start?
You can start.
What's up, y'all? Well, it's Divine. I've been going to UA since 2021. I make Afrobeats music. I rap. We got a collective called Misfits Entertainment, which Chance is also a part of, and a few other members that aren't here right now. But feel me? Yeah, we just trying to make sure the audience grows, expands, and we trying to do the best we can right now. Make the music shake.
For sure, yeah, it's Chance Apoc. I'm a part of Misfits ENT. I just started making music for real. So like I do like R&B. We got some like rap, some type of soul. We got Afro beats. We really do. We're trying to tap into a whole lot of stuff right now. So definitely tap in with our music for sure.
right. So they are independent artists. And let me tell you, like, let's give the vibe. Because I feel like with podcasting, people tend to forget, like, these are real conversations that we're trying to have here, right? And these are my real friends. Like, I spend time with them from 8 to 11 every day, Monday to Friday. Like, it's like a whole thing. Mm-hmm. And actually just saw Divine this weekend. We had a great time at that Phenomenal Voices mixer, did we not?
Yeah, that was a movie.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know we always have a great time
For sure.
at a PV mixer. So next time y'all missed out, I posted on my story. So many people popped out for the mixer, and I'm glad that we had a great time. But like, let's start from the beginning. How did we meet? Like, let's get into that. How did we meet?
So we initially met our freshman year.
Yeah.
We always see each other in the dining hall, you know, and it got to the point, familiar face, you say what's going on.
Right.
So it's always been mutual respect between us, like our entire college career.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like more last year, end of 2024, when actually I'll give a big up to JoJo Bean. JJ, me and him was really close at that time. We still are, of course. And him and Chance were also very close. So whenever, JoJo would pull up to the crib and, we would chill, we would talk business, music, he started bringing Chance. And I remember one time they came back from a studio session and he was like, yeah, like I was in there with Chance. I'm like, yo, who's this singing?
Yeah.
He's like, that's me.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, you make music, you sing.
Yeah.
And then from then on, it's like my artistic brain just started doing math, and I'm like, yeah.
Right. But like, take us back.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell y'all when me and Divine first met, and then I'm going to tell y'all how me and Chance met.
Okay.
Because this is important. So, I'm a freshman, okay? This is 2022. Divine's like a sophomore at this time.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. He's the public relations chair of Phenomenal Voices. Yeah. And you see what I'm doing here, y'all? I hope y'all getting what I'm putting down, because I really was with Sarai for episode 3, and then I signaled to y'all that guess who's gonna come back on the pod? Boom, 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 and boom, shakalaka, boom, boom.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Make it happen.
So now Divine's here, but we met 2022. I went there, auditioned. They had us do like a song. You have to sing a song in the org. Did it, and I did Over Again. And that is how I met Divine.
Oh, man.
And it was ever since then, I just thought Divine was the coolest person because he got the swag, he got the mannerisms, just like an OG pimp. You know what I'm saying? Like this man always swagging. Like I don't understand. So I just, I cling towards that. I cling to energy, and of course I had to cling to Divines because he is just an inspiration. Seeing students around here when I first came, who was passionate about art and passionate about what they do, it's so important. And then, just like that similar thing where people bring in Chance around. Chance, why everybody taking a chance on you bringing around? You saw what I did there? Everybody bringing Chance. I like how everybody is always networking with Chance and bring Chance around as well. Dee brought him. I want to say D. Did you bring him? Who brought you?
It was Divine.
It was me.
Divine.
Yeah.
So Divine brought him to the org. When was this? I want to say.
I mean, I was coming around for like seeing people like work on y'all the first show, that full show, and I kind of sat in the background like watching that, seeing how y'all worked and everything, and it was like just the dedication, the work ethic, and like creativity. Everybody just really like pulled me into it.
Yeah, so and that's fire. Phenomenal Voices, like I said,
It's
a great
crazy.
space for creatives to grow. And when I met Chance, this boy sound like Party Next Door. Like, y'all need to listen to the music.
for
I'm gonna
sure.
be linking them in the bio,
Oh, yeah.
all of that stuff. So check them out. But let's dive into it. Who's gabbing with me today? Right? So we got independent artists. They're intentional. They're building something, to me, when I listen to their music, bigger than music, right? They're part of, like Divine says, they are a part of the Misfits Entertainment. These are things that a lot of people don't typically do in art forms, right? They jump straight into like, I need to get signed by a label, but not, you guys are so creative to the point where you are creating your own. Reminds me a lot of Brent Faiyaz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brent Faiyaz is one of those artists that come into the space and is like, listen, I'm gonna do my own thing. And I'm gonna do it, and I make sure I own thing. And it's so important for our black men to own things. So I just wanna really, really talk about that. What is one misconception people have about you guys as artists? And get real with it. Like, I want real raw, like, what is a misconception? Like the first thing people say to you, like if you was to talk to someone and they say, and you tell them, I'm an artist. What is the misconception?
Well, I feel like right now, especially in 2026, you say you're an artist. It's like, I guess like everybody's trying to be an artist. So people kind of like undermine it at first. Like they look at me like I'm just like, just saying whatever. But then like when they really tap into like how much pain and like how much time we put into the music, it's like they really start breaking down like, yo, he really cares about this. Like they really like all care about it. And finding like the Misfits too, like finding people that are just as passionate as you about something, like, and being able to create together and not hold each other back, that was really a blessing for sure.
Real.
With me, I'll bring it back to even when I first started 12 years ago. Every
So
time
you've been doing this for 12 years?
Yes, since I was 11.
Wow.
23 now.
So
yeah.
you're true to this, not new to this.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
100%.
so tell us more. Give us.
All right, so yeah, so kind of even in the early stages, every time I told people, I'm an artist, it's more like, like, what kind of, songs do you make? Like, and they start comparing me. Oh, do you make like Lil Uzi music? Do you make J. Cole music? And it's kind of like, whenever you tell someone you're an artist and you're not big out there, it's always a comparison. So I was always being compared to certain people. J. Cole is probably the main person I get compared to.
Yeah.
People nickname me J. Cole on campus sometimes because of how I rap, And it's like, I don't take offense to it. I don't feel a kind of way about it. And I like that they do that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But it's always just that comparison when I just want the music to sound like me because everyone's like, oh, like, you're really genuinely gifted with it. I thought you was just gonna show me some nonsense. Like, like you were another SoundCloud rapper. Like back when I started, I thought you was just like a SoundCloud rapper, just
Right. So everyone's misconception is immediate SoundCloud. Like,
or a comparison to someone.
And you want to know something that's so real because there's some people that don't know how to sound good. Like,
Yeah.
it's I'm being real. Like,
That's
it's
real.
such a real thing because some people will and me and Sarai were kind of touching on this.
Yeah.
Right? We were saying like people need they need a new vision.
For sure.
You know? And I like when people have a vision and have a plan that attaches to that vision. You know what I'm saying? And they're just, because like the SoundCloud rapping, like, all right. You know?
Yeah.
You know,
Nobody uses SoundCloud no more.
Nobody, and you're not really listening. You gotta be true to this, and I feel like that's why I had to bring you guys up today, because speaking of these SoundCloud rappers, right? Moving right into our next segment, what is rap today? Because, like, all right, now I'm about to get real. Because,
Let's do it.
you know what I'm saying? Rap is very misconstrued, right? My original understanding of what they thought. Hip-hop came out of the Bronx, right?
Shout out the Bronx.
Just shout out the Bronx. Came out the Bronx. It was a way for our people to tell a story.
Exactly.
Right? And I feel like now we're not telling a story. We're telling a fiction.
A fantasy.
Right.
Yeah.
We're trying to sell something to an audience that needs more substance. In the space today, we got rappers like Sexy Red. We got Glorilla. We got those people that are making this sexually exploitive music.
Yeah.
But when is it gonna time? What is rap to you? What is rap today? And what is rap today compared to what it used to be? Do you think it's the same? Do you think this is it even worth listening to? That's a deep question.
That's a good question, though.
And
I got some.
I think rap today, I would, if there was one way to describe it, because I feel like it's the most realist way, is that rap is just simply a gray area right now. You know? It's in a void. It doesn't know where it wants to go. There's so many different styles and flavors to choose from. And it's not just focused and concentrated how it used to be. Rap back in the day, find a dope beat, you get somebody who's nice with a pen, and they tell a story. You know what I'm saying? That's how it started off. Even before like rap was cemented as something, they would take old school samples, they would scratch it, make these funky beats, and you just rap over it. You tell a story about how you went to get honey bun in the deli earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Story's a story though. And the way you tell it is what's gonna make someone listen. But it's like, even bringing up, you know, the Sexy Reds and even like the Little Babies and whatnot, it's like, the gray area aspect of it is because there's still people that can tell those stories. You know what I mean? And as much as maybe a Sexy Red song may not have as much substance as a J. Cole song, she could still be telling a story in that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you're talking about. A story is a story as long as there's someone who can properly portray that to people.
Right.
And if people are listening to Sexy Red and people are enjoying the music, that means that they're listening and taking away from the story she's trying to tell.
Right.
But it's just certain stories aren't going to apply to certain audiences. And I think that's where the gray area kind of solidifies itself as like, Tyler, the Creator, you know a specific Tyler, the Creator fan when you see one.
Right.
J. Cole, same thing. You know what I'm saying? And then you could go to the Summer Walkers and the Bryson Tillers. They have a concentrated audience that all listen to the same kinds of genres. Playboy Cardi is probably the biggest testament to that.
Right.
All those vamps, you know, they dress in the punk clothes and they, you know, they wear the all black and they do all that. It's just hip hop shape shifting and trying to find its way everywhere. So I think that's where rap is right now. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, because if something's not evolving, it's not growing.
Yeah.
You know? So we know it's grown a lot from since back then.
That's real.
Yeah. So honestly, yeah, that's how I would classify it. Gray area.
So this gray area, and this is going for Chance right here. This gray area, right? What is it positive?
I feel like it's positive right now in a sense. I feel like what I was gonna say too is like I look at rap right now like kind of like more of like a mirror in a sense.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like whatever society is pushing, the
Yeah.
rap's gonna reflect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I feel like right now, like especially the way the world looking right now, it's a lot of chaos going on. So like
Right.
that's why the scene so like it's so much different things like D was saying that people can get into.
Right.
And what I like to praise D on all the time, what I was just telling him is like he has the ability to give you like that storytelling rap that people like to listen to, but he'll still give you something you could turn up to.
Right.
And then he even find a way to mix it and throw it on an Afro beat, but he's still rapping. There's so much different things you could do with it.
Right.
So I feel like just, locking into that, you could definitely still be positive, you know what I'm saying? Just give out that right energy once you put into it.
It's powerful. You have anything to add?
I could appreciate that.
Always.
That's real, man. And even I could give Chance some praise too. You know what I'm saying? Because as much as he is an R&B artist, he does sing. Cadence in which he may deliver his music is sometimes a rap cadence. You know, he has a rap flow with the singing intonation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's kind of like he also does the same things. He will add the fusion. He does the Afrobeat tracks, and it's just the way he expands. Cause, I'm gonna tap into my NYC for a second. It's like he gonna make those tracks for the hood that the hood gonna listen to. Like,
Got to.
this a hood anthem.
Right.
But he could also make that, as people like to say, mainstream sound that's gonna attract everybody else.
Right.
That's not from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Because they might not be able to relate to what he's talking about there.
But
But boom, when he comes and he fuses it with a new style,
then
what do
it's-
we get?
Right.
That's that magic. It's that Mr. Magic.
Word. You know what it is.
Interesting. All right. Moving on to our next segment. Now this one, because we're gonna get a little spicy. You know how I do.
We gabbing.
So we're gabbing. We're gabbing.
Let's do it.
The girls want to know who these songs about,
Oh, word.
because I want breed ya. Like this is like I listen to Intrusive. I listen to your mixes that you sent me. I can't name all of them by name, but who are these songs about? What's the creative process? You're sitting down in the studio, right? You're writing. What do you start with?
What do we start with?
What do we start? It depends on.
Like the vibe that we going
Yeah,
for?
it depends on what I'm writing.
Yeah.
So, if I'm writing a love song,
Okay.
definitely someone I'm gonna think about.
Oh,
You know
so
what I'm
who you
saying?
thinking about? Let me stop. But yeah.
But every song has groundwork. You're writing a love song, you don't always have to necessarily think about somebody, but in a lot of cases you are. Without even knowing you are. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And that just comes with an artist. Sometimes you play a beat, you're like, boom, love song. You got a special somebody in your life.
Right.
They're always in the back of your mind. You're always thinking about them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So boom, you could start it off like that. Like I just recorded a song today. First line was, I can't leave you alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, why did I say that? Preconceived notion. If you have a preconceived notion because of foundation that you have,
Yeah.
whether it's with someone or with something going on in the world, I can make a song about what just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
It's in the back of my mind. It's a preconceived notion. I'll just start writing unconsciously about it. And then maybe after I get a couple bars, decipher what I'm saying. All right, now I could build my story. Now that I know what I want to talk about, because that comes naturally,
For sure.
now I could craft it the way I want to. You see what I'm saying? So love songs, all of that. It just depends on what you're talking about, if you were thinking about it, and how you want the people to take away from.
That's a very generic answer. That was such a political science answer.
Damn, yeah?
I need give me a moment. Give me a moment
Yeah.
that was like, oh my gosh, this had me all the way messed up.
Yeah.
And I had to just put pen to paper because I'm a singer-songwriter too, and there's times when I have to like really like I use my writing like anybody who listens to my songs and when I listen to y'all song, it flows like a diary, right? Like I need to be able to tell y'all a story, and then when you listen to the next song, it matches a vibe
right?
like of okay, he's still
This
going
what
through
he's
this
talking
motion,
about.
but it's in a different way.
Okay.
So what was a moment, and I need the experience, okay? That you had to, and this goes for you too, Chance. When you were writing, you sat there, something happened to you, and you're like, nah, I gotta write. This is gonna be a hit. Like I have to put this. I have to put this out.
Okay, bet.
I got
Right,
some.
and give me the song name.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I would say like a song like that for me was actually on his the outro on his Perfect Gentleman
Go.
tape, Let It Go
Track.
That was like I was just in a space where it was a lot of stuff going on around me, you know what I'm saying? And it's like at that time too, I was never really the person like to go and like confide in anybody like that for real. So once I heard the beat, it was like, all right, this is not like my opportunity to have that therapy session, you know what I'm saying? So like I put my pain into the booth, like I be saying, and that's really what I just gave off. So like I feel like when people, that was like people first time even hearing like I made music or whatever. So it was like when they heard that song, they was like, yo, like who is this? What is he talking about? Like it's something that they could relate to though, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's like what a lot of my music really do. Like anytime I'm feeling a certain way, regardless is about a situation that I'm in personally or like something that somebody did that made me feel away, like if it vexed me, I'm like, all right, bet I got something for you. Like,
So
I
what
put
was
that
what
right
was the
down.
emotion? Give me 3 words that made you.
Make Let It Go. 3 words. I would say, that's a good one. Probably like just reflection. That's one right there. I would say like, kind of like that feeling of like, it's not really a word, but like just that feeling of like having like to let that one person go. Like, you know, when you dealing with somebody, and you just like, damn, I fake want to keep rocking with you, but you fake violating at the same time. So it's like that feeling of not wanting to let that, that feeling of not wanting to let go, but knowing you have to, like let go of that thing that's not good for what they say. Too much of a good thing ain't always that good. So, so that, and then just, you know, just being intentional. I feel like just like with everything, like just intention. Like every single time, every single word, I want you to like to follow like how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I was giving off on that.
Okay, powerful. How about you, Divine?
Yeah, I gotta come back. Redeem myself. Well, since you went the romantic route, I'll go another route. So I got this song I dropped not too long ago called Days in the Neighborhood. Right? And I think the name speaks for itself. Tapping into my inner New York City again, you know what I'm saying? He's from Brooklyn, we from Queens. You know what I mean? We see a lot of violence. You know what I'm saying? Gun violence.
Right.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? We see robbery. We see all of it growing up in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Down to even like, you know, the crackheads that we may see, you know, in Harlem.
We're exposed to a lot.
Right. Sure. You know what I'm saying? And it's like being born and bred in that nature, it's tough to get out of it, you know? And it's like we're always hearing stories about someone we know from the neighborhood we grew up in passing, or they get locked up. And it's frustrating in a way, you know? And it's like, it's just another day in the neighborhood that we come from, you know? And it just makes you say, damn. So that's why I say days in neighborhood, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's the ad lib I use because the God damn it is like the frustration pent up. It's like, all right, when's it's just gonna happen again? Now I just got to wait to see who and when it happens. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's tough just coming from the hood like we do because sometimes that's all we know how to talk about. So when I wrote that, it was frustration. It was kind of second guessing and just hope that things get better. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why I wrote Days in the Neighborhood, because you could play that when your day's going rough because it's describing the block you're walking, you know, in that moment right there. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what day you put it on and listen to it, it's always going to be another day in the neighborhood. So that's what
I really like that, because the thing with music, and it's so funny that we're like this, today is the day that I decided to do artistry, and that's the way this podcast is going, because what I wrote in my public speaking class assignment was that music is the only art form that speaks to language. Now, listen to what I just said, right? It's the only one that transcends all the rest because it's the one that people can most resonate with. No matter how a song is written, somebody else will have a different interpretation of how that song affects them. Right. It's about how that frequency hits that individual.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you look at, some people look at paint. That's why when some people look at paint, I don't understand what the hell is going on. Right?
Yeah.
But with a song, you will always feel an emotion. Not saying with any other art form you won't, but with music, you're sure.
Opera is a big example of that.
Yes.
I don't understand a lick of Italian,
Right.
but I feel
Everything. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Music transcends all of that, and that is the power of music because, and you know, it goes back. Music is so powerful that it starts revolutions. Music is so powerful. Okay, I was talking to worship. It goes gospel. Like it transcends. It passes down. It's something that is so beautiful and so wide that it crosses oceans. You know, and the reason why I say that is because you have artists like Bob Marley, right?
Yeah.
Movement makers, movement shakers that use their voice. And the reason why I'm bringing this in is because you guys as black men, we don't have and not you guys, but we as black men don't have the opportunity a lot of times to express ourselves. And when we do express ourselves, we come off as corny. We come off as, sometimes it's not accepted. Sometimes it's like, you know,
sensitive.
right, it's sensitive. You being a girl, like, no. What we are is trying to show you the side that you say that we don't have.
Yeah, we
but
human
you
at the end of the
don't,
day.
because you don't understand it.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand it, this is the reason why they try to harm it.
People feel what they can't understand and hate what they can't conquer. You know what I mean?
Repeat that for the, look at the camera and tell them that. That's your clip right there.
Yo, people feel what they can't understand and they hate what they can't conquer. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because people, it's so, like I said, music just transcends everything.
Yeah.
You know? So let's get into the deets. Do y'all record in silence or do y'all record? How do y'all record? Like
So many different ways.
yeah, like
many
certain
different ways.
songs. I feel like when I was listening had different vibes, and I could just. What I was trying to do is envision the vibe of how did they record this? Because like some people when they're recording songs, they're like, oh, I can't have anybody in here,
Yeah.
or like I need like mad people in here, or I just like. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So what's the vibe?
You can start this one.
I feel like our recording process, it's evolved like immensely. I would say that. I feel like initially when I first came into, because they were like making music and recording. By the time I first got in the studio, Hypnagoza already came out. You know what I'm saying? So they was already like, I'm really fake new to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like at first I kind of was like, all right, maybe I just want to be in the studio by myself. Let me just record on my own.
Right.
But like coming around them more, everything like that, I'm like, nah, I fake want the guys around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I kind of like puts a battery in my back. Like, all right, I gotta hit that note. Like, I gotta work on this song. You know what I'm saying? And like after that, it's just like it also helps me like not like be kind of scared. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
more comfortable with my craft. So that was really lit. And then when it comes to like making songs with D, I feel like we always just trying to like compete in a sense, like some friendly competition. You know what I'm saying?
Intrusive.
Like
Yeah.
exactly, just like intrusive. Like when we first sat down and recorded that song, like I had the beat. And I'm like, nah, this is crazy. So I'm like, I know I could work on this, right? So then I'm like, yo, D, listen to this. And then D gets on the beat and he just starts, I'm fucked up, but I still need you. You know what I'm saying? He doing that. So now I'm like, wait, he fake wilding right now.
Yeah.
So now I get back into it. My verse was crazy. And then he in the back, like, nah, he's bugging. So now he come back with a verse and we just kind of work off and fuel each other fire like that. So
That's beautiful.
yeah, that's how we be.
I love that because there's power in collaboration.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't, and this is something that, you know, not even in the music space, just in all spaces. Collaboration is beautiful. Diversity is beautiful. And these two things are so important because you never know what you're bouncing off of that other person. You know, one of the things, like, it's almost like a brainstorm. When you think of something, somebody else starts thinking, oh, that made me think of something else. And it gets the ideas flowing and you create something so...
chaos is creativity too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Chaos is creativity. Say that again.
Chaos is creativity.
You got the bars today.
Nah, man, he's clip over.
He's kind of cooking right now.
He's
This is why I
wildin',
love
he's
rappers.
wildin'.
Yo, this is why I love rappers
Just
and I
a
love
poet,
poets.
man.
Because they
Yeah.
always have the best, like, oh, I have the clippable moments.
I don't even.
But
I don't even mean to do it. It's just
you know, it
happen.
just comes
It
naturally
happen,
to you, and I love that. Okay. All right. So, talk about Bacardi Black.
Oh.
You go ahead.
All right, boom. So
Why is Bacardi Black? I don't
Nah,
understand.
we got some story.
Yeah.
So I believe we made Intrusive before Bacardi Black, right?
Facts.
Yeah. So Intrusive kind of started. It kickstarted like us like collaborating as much as we do. Like after Intrusive, because it was just a night. It was just me and him in the studio, you know, and there was nobody else, and we was just so locked in. I'm like, yo, like his competitiveness and mine, we just keep, you know what I'm saying, running after each other until we get here, and then one gets here and the next get here. And I'm like, this is how we push each other to be better.
Word.
So I think naturally we just kept on, you know, pushing to make music. And the reason what kind of solidified that theory for me, he comes to me maybe like 2 days after,
Yeah.
plays the beat for Bacardi Black. He's like, yo, listen to this. And it's like a jazz beat. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. And I'm just like, and I start bopping my head and I look at him and he look at me and I'm like,
That's the word.
it's the one. So that night, we didn't finish it that night. We was fake horsing around on the beat a little bit.
Okay.
You know?
No.
And we were just doing nonsense. You know what I mean? But eventually, like that night, we started the groundwork for it.
Okay.
And whose idea was to sing on it? Me or you? For my part. Because I knew you was gonna.
It was your idea for you to sing on that part.
Because he started it off, right? And I'm like, I can't rap on this beat. Like this beat is too
Word.
mellow. It's too nice. It's too jazzy.
He needs a nice singer.
Yeah, I'm like, don't rap, you know? And obviously, like, once I tapped into doing Afro beats, that's what got me into doing the R&B singing every now and then, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna sing on this.
Word.
And then we
And
kind
he's
of
not a singer.
well, I am now.
My son be hitting those though.
I am now.
Nah, he is
Now he hitting notes.
Listen.
Oh
listen.
my God! Everybody want to be a singer, like.
Nah. Everybody want to be a singer, but everybody can't be D.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Shout
Oh.
out that. Nah. shout
Now
out
he trying to
that.
clock me on my podcast.
Shout
no,
out.
not even. You know what I'm saying? Because you can rap too.
No, I could.
Word.
You don't know
Do
that.
your- do your
I
homework.
did.
Yeah,
Y'all know
homework.
they
You gotta
don't do
understand.
their homework. I can rap. They be forgetting.
I'm trying to show.
That, you know what I'm saying?
Gotta give credit where credit
Okay,
due.
wait.
Yeah.
The girls also want to know, what was the diss track beef?
Ladies,
The girls want to know, why was Jaden and Divine beefing on going back and forth with a diss track? Who started that?
Jaden did.
I did.
Jaden definitely
Who
started
started
it. I would say it was friendly fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's never no hate, no turmoil.
Never.
between you. You know what I'm saying? You my brother for life.
But
you
it
feel me?
literally was so freaking funny.
Fun. Yeah, I was
had
weak.
the best time. It really pushed my pants. And this is what I'm talking about, the power of collaboration.
Word.
We're
And
both in
competition.
an org, right?
Yeah.
We doing PV stuff. It's like over winter break.
Tell
We
them
have-
how it started.
Oh, yes. Let me tell you how it started.
He was about to skip over it.
So, let me tell y'all. So, I started this. Okay, so I'm in a WhatsApp group chat with eBoard. Okay? Now, you know
Shout
we
out
mad
Black.
Caribbean. Right. We mad Caribbean for that WhatsApp group chat now.
OD Kirby.
So, we have Tiana,
Oh, Jamaican.
Jamaican. I'm gonna say their names and their ethnicity because that's important to the story. We got Tiana, who's Jamaican. Her boyfriend, EJ, who's also Jamaican.
Yeah.
We got Divine, what are
Trini.
you?
I'm
Trini,
Trini.
and you are something else.
Venezuelan.
And he's Venezuelan.
But
But
we
he
just
don't
say
jack
Trini.
that. He don't jack the
I
Venezuela.
jack it a little
You
bit.
jack it?
Yeah, feel okay. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's Dominican, hun.
Oh, yeah. My fault.
I'm weak.
Hola,
Hola,
¿cómo
¿cómo
estás?
estás? Okay. Never. He's not Venezuelan. He didn't jack it. We got, well, he's Trini. Let's just say he's
sure.
Trini.
Nah, he's definitely
And
Trini.
then
Super.
we got Grenada in the building because Sarai.
Shout out, Sarah.
Elijah,
Jamaican.
American.
He's Jamaican.
That man is not.
He's half. He's like half American.
Stop
half-
it. That man is American as American cheese.
He's a bad man, bro.
Please. He's going to watch this. He's going to be like, stop mentioning me on this podcast. But anyways, so Dallas and Platt. Okay.
Yo, big Jamaica, I know.
Yeah, so
Big up
Jamaica was
PZ
running
Press.
e-board for a minute. Felt like Jamsa.
Yeah.
Shout out Jamsa. Big up Jamsa.
Jamsa.
But so essentially, right? I was bored, okay? And I was really bored. And you know what it is? When I get bored, I start giving myself things to do.
We know.
I will give myself things to do, and I'll
know.
actually give other people things to do. That's how crazy I am.
Yeah.
So
you're a messy one.
So I'm a little messy boots. You know. So I release a diss track. Who is the first person? Tiana.
TNT.
So TNT.
Well, before you did that,
what was
you
it?
dropped a universal diss track dissing everybody.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
How did it go again?
Yes, it was called Rise Up.
Rise Up.
You're so
Rise
right.
Up.
You're so right.
Let me find
okay,
out.
so I
Yep.
dropped a diss track called Rise
That's
Up.
one with Maya Angelou on it, right?
Yes, and it was Maya Angelou on the cover. And basically, it was a diss track to a bunch of people, right? Whoever's name, there was no names really mentioned on the diss track.
But if you know, you know.
But if you knew,
Yeah.
you knew, like you
Yeah.
got the stray. Like, so it was the one way I write my diss tracks, and I learned from that, like, was that you don't want to, like, you don't have to mention the person's name. You could get
It
them.
hit harder that way.
It hit harder that way because, like, ooh, who is he talking about? Because I really can't confront.
Everybody
Yeah.
trying
Whoever came to light got a personal diss. So the only people that understood it was other creatives, and Divine understood it. Tiana was the
understood
first
it.
one. She was heated.
Oh yeah.
She was so heated. She wrote
wasn't
her
playing.
verse in 30 minutes.
But
And she
it
sent
wasn't that bad, though.
It wasn't
It
that
was
bad.
hard.
And she sent it to me. And she was like, well, you Wayfair
sent it
closet.
in the chat.
She put
Yeah.
it in the chat. She called me a Wayfair closet. Remember?
That was crazy.
That was an insane line.
That was
Wayfair
OD.
closet?
Wow.
You got to think about that.
Nah, that's
That's
OD.
crazy.
That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So then I
30
responded
minutes.
with TNT. And I had a cover
was
of her
hard.
boyfriend.
Oh. Oh. No, word.
Nah, it was
So-
at a wet fete.
It was at a
Wet
Wet
Fete.
Fete. Let me give context because you know this is about to get clipped. So we were at Wet Fete, and you know EJ and Tiana do what they do. They at Wet Fete. It's a Wet Fete, okay?
Wow,
and if
wow.
you come to Albany, you know what a Wet Fete is.
Yep.
Gangster.
And literally, I took that picture and I put it as a cover and I put TNT on it. And basically TNT. I was
TNT
going
hard.
crazy.
TNT was hard.
And then who else I came for? Then was you, right?
Yeah, then it was me.
Then it was Divine.
We
And
went
then I
back and
released.
forth, back
We
and
went
forth.
back and forth. I put out what? Fishy D?
Nah, that was second. That
That
was
was
second.
second. You're right. I'm going
It
ahead
was,
of myself.
it was I don't know the name of it. Yeah, who's that? Shanae?
Oh, no,
It's
that was
Divine.
after. No,
No, that was
after.
the first one.
You sure?
Yeah.
I think Fishy D came out first.
No, it didn't.
Okay, maybe Shanae.
It didn't.
Yeah, maybe
Shanae came out first.
Okay, so Shanae. I put out Shanae because I be saying he be looking like Shanae. Sorry,
And
this is.
what was
I
the one
see-
I
That's
dropped first? I
OD.
forgot
You
the
said
first.
you said Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yo Gabba Gabba. Yep.
Yo Gabba
That's
Gabba.
pro.
That was
hard.
that
Yeah,
was
that's
T.
pro.
And then I dropped Fishy D, and then he was like,
We're not
Gab.
we're not
Yo.
gonna disclose that title.
Yo, we're not gonna disclose that title,
But let's just say
it was funny.
things got heated in
Things
friendly
got-
fire.
Right,
what
because
I'm
then
saying?
people start writing me, Jaden, what you talking
Yeah,
about?
people calling me, yo, like, why
What
are you
is he-
beefing with Jaden?
Jaden. And we're like, all right, now y'all dragged it.
I'm
Because
like,
we were
relax.
really having fun.
Yeah.
And everybody was dragging it.
Everybody got the
But
antics.
it was
It's
fun.
just artists being artists. you
It
know
was
what I mean?
artist, and you guys didn't even know because the whole thing, it was so the spam.
Word.
It was so low key.
You know what's crazy though?
What?
You got to really think about it. If we're doing that and people are asking those questions, it's friendly fire.
Right.
What's to say these artists in the industry not doing it just to get paid?
Right. Exactly.
They cool behind
and
the
I'm so
scenes.
glad you said
Word.
that
Know what I
because
mean?
our next segment is artificial intelligence in rap. Some people are artificial.
Overly.
You know what I'm saying?
Chat GPT and
Chat
verses.
GPT. You
Yeah,
know, I
nah,
mean,
Sora.
okay, whoa.
Yo.
I will have a podcast on ChatGPT and AI usage because
That's
I
a
feel
tough
like
podcast. That's
that would be such an interesting one because AI is taking over,
Gangster.
whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And I use AI, I use ChatGPT, and I feel like a lot of people use it, right? And I feel like it's the way in which you use it is very important. And it's very important to know how to like utilize it, because when I'm on these conferences, right? When I'm going away, I'm flying out, I'm talking to these execs, I'm talking to these authors, I'm talking to these different individuals. Yes, they're saying to keep authenticity, but they're also telling you to speed productivity. That's the way you're gonna survive. AI is speeding up productivity to another level,
Insane.
right? So let's bring this to the table, right? Is AI a tool or is it a threat?
You want to start? You want me to start?
I start. I think.
And speak into music.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Music wise, I feel like it's a tool, honestly. But I also can see like why people think it's a threat. Like for us, we don't really get into like the AI to like make songs, anything, or like write lyrics, anything like that. But like, for example, like when we dropped Bacardi Black and like we had like the cover art, it was kind of like the cover art was like alive, like it was moving and stuff like that, and then it slowed down, and then came to like this still frame, and then the music started playing. I feel like that was, like we use AI for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to promo our music and everything.
It's
like
just
that.
the same thing.
Yeah,
Use AI
but I
for
feel
that.
like when it comes to like actually making music or like just like creating like lyrics and stuff like that, I feel like AI could kind of like mimic like cadence, but like it can't like mimic that confidence. You know what I mean? Or like even in the sense like I feel like when people use AI, they can try and like they'll get the sound, but like you won't get like the trauma and the scars like why people made that music. Like like
The real emotion
You know what I'm
behind it.
saying? Like AI wasn't up at 2 a.m. in a bag writing about like, oh, this
Right.
girl did this. So like,
Exactly.
you know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't get that. And then I seen like when I was on my phone, I seen Kalani was talking about an AI artist. I think her name was like Zaina Monet.
Something like that. Yeah, I
Something
know what
like
you're
that.
talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like that got like the whole like industry like so
she got
vexed.
signed.
She got signed.
The
She's
AI
making
got signed.
making a
or something like
bag.
that.
And like the actual person behind it is just sitting in their crib just
I mean,
like that.
Bro,
Just like that programming.
there's
and getting
something
it
called
done.
AI art.
That's true.
Yeah.
People like this is like, one of the things with AI, right, that people have to understand that it is just like technology. Just when the internet came out, no one had a framework for it. When social media came out, no one had a format for it. Matter of fact, we're still trying to create policy that regulates social media usage.
Every day.
Right.
Word.
All these new technological advances, right? If you were to say, right, if you were in charge of how people were to use AI in music, what would be how you would tell them to do it?
if they were to use AI in music, I would say use it as a stepping stool to reinforce your creativity, but never use the foundation as the source for it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? As in what Chance was saying, you should not be using AI to generate lyrics to tell a story from.
Right.
Because the story's not yours.
Right.
How can you properly portray the way you want to through emotion a story that's not yours? You know what I mean? That's just you narrating at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And even if you tell them specifically a situation, it's not you thinking of it. You know what I'm saying? That right there is a lack of creativity. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not a digital artist, you know? I can craft a nice outline for like a single or album cover, and then I could get AI to, hey, can you add this, take this out, and switch this for me so I can get this specific vision for a cover? It's like, I don't need emotion to make a cover, But it's like I can tell an artist a specific scenario, they could paint it for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That could show emotion because it's visual. You know what I'm saying? Anybody could take words, create a visual for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Videographers do it with music videos all the time. Creative directors do it. It's not the artist's work, but it's their vision based off what they've seen. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you use AI as a stepping stool. Even with beats. Like you could ask AI, hey, play around with this beat for me real quick.
Right.
And even so it could be touchy because I'm not a producer, but I know there are some producers out there. Shout out Jeremiah as well for producing Willie Hutch work on Hypnagogia. You know what I mean? He might probably have a different answer. I won't speak for him, but it's like, I know crafting art as an artist, I don't think AI should be generating lyrics. Maybe producers might not think AI should be generating beats either. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to visual aspect and actually promoting yourself, there's nothing that
policy
says AI can't
can't
help.
do that.
You know what I'm saying? Just how social media is looking for a policy, music guys do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we can't have these AI artists making more money than the actual
That's
artists.
crazy.
That's
But
crazy.
you know the group Gorillas.
Yeah.
They're not real people.
Really?
All of these years since the 2000s, they're a virtual group. They're a virtual group. They got songs like Clint Eastwood and Dirty Harry, and these are hits, like hits. They go on tour, they have concerts, but they're not real people. It's just people behind the scenes making the music, recording it, and then AI. They have 4 different band members. They all look a different way. They all have a certain voice, a certain style, a certain swag.
Wow.
But there's people behind the music and the voices behind them.
I didn't even know that.
That's AI as a stepping stool.
Didn't even know that.
And you see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Powerful.
That's how you use that as a tool.
All right. Moving into our next segment, is this one is really get into that personal. Because right now we're talking about music versus school.
Okay.
Right? You know, this is where we're gonna get real.
Yeah.
All right? You guys chose music over school. A lot of people don't do that. And a lot of people actually do that.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 split. I've seen it as an RA. I've come in contact where I have seen people not, I don't want to say do well, but leave the university because they want to pursue other passions
Right.
and other things because, and this is a real conversation. I want you to talk to our young men of color here because a lot of us here as young men, and I as a mentor, I encourage college. I encourage it and I talk about it because it puts them in doors that they themselves don't understand yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also understand that college is not for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not for the strong, it's not for the weak, it's just not for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what pushed your decision?
I would say like, for me, cause I just really got into the music, you know, making it. Growing up, like education was such a big thing, like in my life. Like my mom, just like she came from Jamaica straight here. Education was all she had. You know what I'm saying? So it was like single parent at that. Her being there for me, like she just instilled like Chance. If you get your education, you're gonna be successful and everything gonna pay off. You know what I'm saying? So like, just majority of my life growing up, it was just straight, all right, books, honor roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, just doing like waking up 6 a.m., taking 2 trains and a bus to go to school for my 7 a.m. class, doing all of that and going back home. But I feel like when I was like giving like school my everything, when school was my life, I feel like I wasn't having like, you know, that door to be creative. You know what I'm saying? So then I feel like when I eventually came to UA and started like meeting other people that made music like these guys, like it really tapped into like you could kind of do both. You know what I'm saying? So I tried doing both for a while. And then like as school passed, it was like, all right, do I want to continue with school or do I want to continue my dream? And it was like, I thought like, all right, look, you 21, 22. It's like, how many times you going to be in this space with these people with an opportunities, you know, to create something that people probably haven't done before.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, let me take advantage of that and just, I'm a risk taker. So
Right.
Yeah.
it's what
That's
I
a
have to
big
do.
one. Because some people think that because you go to college,
Yeah.
you don't take a risk,
Overly.
right? And people don't understand the biggest risk is doing things on your own.
Yeah.
And love is sacrifice. You love your passion so much that you sacrifice school.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So, Divine, tell me, was it fearless or terrifying? And same question for you. What pushed you to that?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Okay.
Fearless in the sense that it takes a lot of time and thought and willpower to follow through with a decision like that, you know? Because like Chance said, all I want to do is make my mom proud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk
and
about
it's like,
that.
right. And it's like going to college, doing that for the first time. My mom broke down when she had to leave the campus after she, you know, dropped me off because she was so proud of me. You know, she was so happy that I'm going on to be school. I would be the first man in my family to graduate college. You know what I mean? That was very big for my mom.
Yeah.
You know? So that's where it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and not to say I'm going to go back,
Yeah.
you know? But I had to take a second from it because college is a lot. It does take a toll on you. And I just said, okay, it's not running from me. You know? Time doesn't wait for me, and I'm not going to take my sweet time to finish, but it's not running away from me.
Right.
Everything is a process. So I literally said, hey, we're going to take this, because put it on the back burner real quick. Let's bring music to the front just for a second.
Right.
Just so I could get the foundation built. I could hit the ground and run, put some pedal to the metal, and do that. Once my head's above water with it, I'll finish school within a year. Now I got a degree and a steady motion with music. You see what I'm saying? 2 birds, 1 stone, just a little longer to get there, you know? So when my mom found out about it, you know, she was disappointed.
Yeah.
You know, she does want me to finish as soon as possible.
Right.
She, you know, still to this day says, make sure you finish, make sure you finish. And I'm like, I promise you, I will. You know what I'm saying? And as a young man just trying to make my mom proud, not only am I finishing it for me, but I'm finishing it so she can rest easy at night. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily, because, you know, a lot of people tell me, are you only doing it to make your mom proud? No, I'm doing it for me. There's opportunities that come from that. I'll never not take the chance to get some sort of extra opportunities in my life.
Right.
You know? But making my mom proud, one of the biggest things ever, you know? But what made it fearless is that, wow, like, you have so much, and this was actually what me and Platt spoke about in our podcast. You have so much belief in what you can do with music that you knew taking that break would have shot you in certain doors that you didn't think you could get into. You know? And that's just really what it is. And I didn't want to catch myself slipping from school to the point where I couldn't reverse it. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
You know, you slip all the way down from school to the point you can't pick yourself back up.
Yeah.
It's like,
talk about that. Because
Right.
no, I'm going to interject right here because this is real.
Yeah.
Right? And I want people to understand that, you know, I see it all the time. Freshmen, they come in, or prospective students come in, they transfer into an environment that they think that they're ready for.
there we go.
You know, they think like, you know, wholeheartedly, you
thought I
have
was
the
ready.
entire, you
don't know
are a
what
perfect
you are
example of that.
walking
You have
into.
the entire support system. You have your mom that will probably die for you to go to college.
Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
sure.
saying? You have people supporting you. But this is what me and Sarai were saying. Sometimes you got to have people change your vision. And sometimes that vision change has to come from within. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you have to realize when it's like, is this really what I want to do? Because one of the things that I'm starting off this series, this whole podcast is built off of, is called the equilibrium, and I mention it to all my guests because equilibrium is so important with balance. But how do you say no to school?
It's not easy.
Imagine
Like-
I said no in high school. You know?
Yeah,
What would
imagine if
happen?
you said no to high school. Like this
that's
is
so
like
deep.
this is your education. So this is not something an easy decision.
Yeah.
So like what was the catalyst? Give me that moment. Go back to that Divine. Junior year Divine, because I
Right.
think it was junior year.
It was junior
right?
year,
And how
correct.
about and same for you, Chance, because it's coming for you too. Go back to that time.
Yeah.
What was the defining moment for you that said, I'm gonna take a pause on school. I'm not gonna come back for right now. I'm gonna focus on music because this is just not working out. What was that moment? Go back to that.
Honestly, I think I was in a weird headspace at that time. I kind of caught myself being alone, and not necessarily alone like I had nobody, but just being alone as in like I was in a place where all I was driven on was my solitude, you know? And I felt like I just needed that. There's a kind of saying I refer to.
Define that, solitude.
Right. And the reason I say solitude is kind of a saying I say with a lot of my friends. When you feel yourself changing and growing as a person, I call it cocooning. I always tell you, like, I'm in a place where I'm cocooning right now. Like, if I see that my friends are going through something rough and they're in a change of trying to figure out who this new sense of themselves is, they're cocooning. You know, they're in a cocoon, because after a cocoon, you spread your wings.
And you change into a butterfly.
Right.
That's beautiful.
So I was in a cocooning phase there, figuring out what was best for me at the time. So a lot of times I would skip class and I would skip just to do music. And after that, I would still end up going to PV that night, but I would miss my class. You know what I'm saying? And
Assignment.
right. And it's like a lot of classes are based off attendance. So it's like the classes that weren't, I would get my work done. I would get an A in that class. You know what I'm saying? But it's other classes where that won't fly.
Right.
You know? And my English teacher, I had a conversation with her because I missed class for, don't judge me, about a month straight. I missed that specific class.
But it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
And this is what people resonate with. Because
Exactly.
sometimes you don't want to go to class.
Yeah. You know what I'm
And
saying?
sometimes you don't want to go to class because your mind is not in the book.
It's not.
Your mind is not there in the class.
And it wasn't. You know?
So, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I wouldn't miss every class, but that was that. And what other class was it? A history class. Those specific classes I just wasn't finding myself to go to. So I ended up, I didn't fail either of the classes, but I got really low grades in them. To the point where my GPA for that semester was really, really bad. You know what I'm saying? So I really sat down. I'm like, all right, right now you're not in the headspace to do this kind of thing right now, which was school. And I was like, I just sat down. I was like, you got to make a primetime decision. Are you going to take a step back from it for a second, focus on what is going to get you out of this cocoon, and then come back? Or are you going to keep trying to overwork yourself and push yourself with something that your head isn't in the frame to do right now? Because that would have been my downfall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I would have been set back even more than I did now. And how would my mom look at me? Oh, you're doing all this and you're just flunking. I didn't want to just be a flunk, you know?
Right.
Because what is it? You're in school doing all this and you're flunking. You're wasting time. You're wasting money. And
Whole lot of money.
Right.
you're wasting a lot of information that you could be retaining, going to these classes and doing these things and taking these exams and studying the information that you study. Or are you going to give yourself a breather, pace yourself to your best ability, and do what's right for you in the moment? Because I know I'm not going to waste time making music.
Right.
I know I'm not going to waste my money making music. You know what I'm saying? Music, it's not my life, but it's my lifelong passion. I've been making music for more
Say
than
that
half.
again.
Music isn't my life, but it's my lifelong passion. You really got to think about it. I started at 11. I've been doing it for 12. I've been making music over half of my life now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? More than the time I've been alive not making music, I have been making music. And that's really something to think about. It came to me so early, I know it didn't come for no reason.
Right.
Word.
And that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, all right, I could afford to take a step back. I spoke to my mom about it eventually. It took me a long time to speak to her about it. I was afraid to speak to her about it.
That's
When I
real.
spoke to her, she was like, I just wish you told me sooner
Gangster.
so we could have figured out what to do in the moment.
Yeah.
And when she told me that, I was like, there's no one in my life that will ever support me the way she does. Ma, if you watching this, I love you.
Yeah. Shout out to moms.
You know?
Shout out to the moms. Yeah.
Auntie.
For real. You know, shout out auntie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I had to make that primetime decision.
Yeah.
Waste time and money doing something that I'm not gonna keep getting the traction I want, or put time and money into something that's gonna just bring me up, you know, like
Yeah.
that. So that's just things to think about. And that's
That's
what
real.
all I was thinking about during that time.
That's real.
Yeah.
I love that answer. I really
course.
do. And I want to touch into this. The hardest part, the things that people don't want to talk about is that music or following your passion, right? Because this is the real conversation. What this is really boiling down to, and I want the Gabbers to know this, is that it's really boiling down to following your passion. You know, no matter how much degrees you get, you're going to have a passion.
Always.
God gives everyone a purpose, and that purpose is your passion, and your passion is the way to find your purpose. So
I say, yeah, my son walking
right,
now, man. He
your
walking now.
passion, the way to find your passion, the way to find your purpose is your passion. It's through your passion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember what I said, but I know it was heat, and we're gonna
Sound
use that
like
as a
that.
clip. So you know what I'm saying? But let's talk about what people don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
It's expensive to be a musician.
That's Brad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's real, Brad. We going
So
through that
like,
right now.
yeah, like exactly. So
Going
like,
through
how
that
do you
right
guys
now.
sustain yourselves?
So I'll put it to you like this, right?
Uh-huh.
Audio interface, Apollo Twin,
Okay.
$950, right? If you don't have that, you have no way to connect your speaker to your computer, to the mic, to record.
Right.
It's mandatory. Now, computer, you need a laptop,
Yeah.
$2,000 right there.
Oh my God.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need one with a lot of space
Word.
because music is not small storage.
Yeah.
It's a lot of storage. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm gonna have to pay extra just to get like a 2 terabyte computer. You know what I mean? So that's also something you got to put in an account. Mic, $500. Mic stand, $50. Headphones, you want good ones, $50 to $150.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then things could break. So things break, got to replace that. You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing you got to take into account. And then speakers,
And speakers could go.
$400, $600, $700, $800,
Almost
depending on what you want to get. You know what I'm saying? Now, Pro Tools subscription.
Yeah.
It's $10 a month. Pretty regular. Netflix costs more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then you got to pay for the auto-tune plugin. That's about $35 a month. Automatic payments. Then you got to pay for all the plugins to make your voice sound clean the way you want it to. That's another $25 on top of that. I didn't do the math, but that's about at least $4,000 right there
Yeah.
into music. But the good thing about it is that about $3,800 of that is a one-time payment.
Yeah.
So that's the plus side on
Okay.
making the music. You see what I'm saying? Or you don't have that, you're paying $400 every studio session, every week.
That catches up to you.
Way more money.
Yeah.
10 weeks right there,
Back.
and
So
10
they have
studio
time.
sessions. That's all it takes to pay for the equipment to get a studio. Now you can have 10 studio sessions in 3 days, realistically, when you think about it, because you can record all day. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I woke up, recorded 2 songs before I got here. You know what I'm saying? Quan recorded 2 tracks last night.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how I look at it. And so it's 4 founding fathers to Misfits Entertainment. It's me, Chance, Quan, and Nico, right? So the 4 of us are not the Mount Rushmore, but we're basically the foundation of the label. You know what I'm saying? Everything flows through us. Everything runs through us. Everything gets generated through the 4 of us. You see what I'm saying? Behind the scenes, on the scenes, all of that. And actively recruiting as well. But the way we keep our head above water with that is, since everything is a one-time payment, you put your funds in, you accumulate it, you pay for everything, right? One shot. And then after that, you got a month to build back. So when the subscriptions roll back around, you're all good. You see what I'm saying? So now that the subscriptions are rolling back around and we're all working, the checks are steadily going to come in. You see what I'm saying? So now we could take a little bit from those checks, throw it into a fund for music. Take a little, throw it into a fund for music, and we still have the money that we need for bills, rent, and any personal expenses that we need, while also saving our own money. You see what I'm saying? So you take $100 each, the four of us, you throw it in an account, right? Say your paycheck is, say like $1,200, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you still got $1,100, right? You put $300-400 of that into savings.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Now you're at what? $700 to $800, right? And then all you got left, you got $700 for personal expenses, groceries. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's for every 2 weeks. Next paycheck, half of that goes to rent, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Now, in 2 weeks, I don't think you're spending the whole $700 on that.
Right.
Say you spend $300 out of that seven, right?
Yeah.
So now you got four with the $1,200 rollover, that's $1,600, right? So that means, say my rent, $670 is my part. I got about $1,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Left over for those 2 weeks, and I don't got to pay rent for the rest of the month. Now it just accumulates like that. Now my head is above water. And all we're spending is $10, $25, $35, $70 a month on Pro Tools. So that's $740 total for rent, Pro Tools.
Do you
all
make
that.
profits off your music?
Yes, we do. It's not the biggest profits as of right now because obviously when the audience grows and the streams grow, the money's gonna grow. But yeah, the money we have in our DistroKid DSP, we don't touch. So we accumulate that, we keep it in the DistroKid bank, and we don't take it out at all. But we're in the process of getting a BMI, LLC for copyright.
Yeah.
So when we do that and we have the official business name stamped on paper, business card.
Right.
When you get the business card, you take the money out of DistroKid,
Right. And put it
throw
into
it on the business card. And then all the money that we take out that we put in another account goes into there as well. So now we have a card with a bunch of money for business and music purposes. Anything we need to do like that, if we have to book a venue, we got to book events or any
anything like
collaborations that we need, we
That's
got that
this
going
one.
on. You see what I'm saying?
That's good.
And when you put it like that with all the math, everything is all mapped out the way you need it. You got your personal life, your music life, and your head above water financial.
Beautiful.
So yeah.
And that's the music business to it. Music and business go together like two peas in a pod. You know what I'm saying? Because I have spoken to people in the entertainment industry, Republic Records. I've been there.
You've spoken to it.
Yeah.
The people want to know.
The
The people want to know.
I did speak to a couple of people. I was with the CEOs of Republic Records.
Okay.
Alright.
Monty and Avery Lipman.
Look at you.
Interviewed them right here at UAlbany. They are alumni of our school.
Shout out them.
So shout them out.
sure.
And I spoke to some of their team. I'm learning a lot from them. I'm learning a lot about the business as I do my research. And yeah, I've met Flo, which one of the singing groups that came
I know
here.
about them, boy.
So
I
I'm a pretty abreast on a little bit of the music industry. I was at
good.
People's Magazine this past weekend.
That's what's
so
up.
it's so interesting to just see you guys here.
Yeah.
And
Right.
we're going into our final segment, which is my favorite segment. I always say this.
Uh-huh.
It is called To the Gabbers.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is the segment. Basically, I want you to talk to the camera, okay? This is a letter, essentially, that you're writing, a short letter to the Gabbers, telling them of what this podcast was about, but not only that, something that you want to leave them with, some ice, drop a mic for them. You know what I'm saying?
Aight.
This is your sparkle
You know,
moment.
that's my expertise right
Yes,
there.
right. Give us a rap. Give us something.
Drop them.
You know,
Oh, like a quick 16?
you could do whatever you want to do. This is your moment. This is to the Gabbers. So you think on it and tell me what you guys, and just go.
All right. You want me to start? You want to start?
I'm gonna start and you do what you about to do because
Aight,
you sound like you about to do something. So like a message to the Gabbers. You know, today we came out here, told y'all who we were. You know how we got here, especially. Thank you to Jaden. He got us in here. Definitely getting our music out there. And what I would say was like, yo, don't be scared to take that risk. Like honestly,
Yeah.
like I was super scared to take that risk for a while. And like, I was just like, I feel like holding myself back. You know what I mean? Like, even when I was talking to them, I'm like, yo, I wish I been did PV. I wish I been in shows. Like, it's so much doors that I didn't open because I was scared, like, just take that risk. So just do it. Don't waste time, bro.
Before Divine goes, one of the things, I'm so glad you said that I learned this weekend was fear. Faith fights fear.
Faith
Faith
fights fear.
counteracts fear.
Yeah.
Sure, I like
If
that.
you have faith, and this is from this lady named Ludi, I believe. I met her at People's Magazine.
Double six like Ludi.
Right. Right? And she spoke power into me and Anaya. Because I brought Anaya to People's Magazine
Shout
with
out
me.
Opti.
Shout out
Shout out to
Opti.
Optimus.
And she spoke to us with such power, truth to power, putting that there. I just wanted to say that. Faith counteracts fear.
Every time.
Every time.
What?
So take that risk.
For sure.
I'll leave him with a letter, or do I rap the letter? I don't know.
You
It's
do
up to
whatever
you,
gotta
bro.
do.
Like, you D, I don't know. Like,
Listen, I'm gonna leave the rap for when they listen. For me, but nah, like real spell though. Don't ever be afraid to go with your gut. Trust your thought process, and always remember that your process is yours and not anyone else around you. You know, so if someone's saying something to you that's not clicking, that you're not going with, go your direction.
yeah, don't go for that.
And just always stay true to yourself in everything that you do. If you have a passion, there's nothing that tells you that you have to stop doing it. You have to prolong what you're doing to get there with it. Go for it. If you can balance everything you can, even better. But just never hesitate. In life, don't hesitate in the things you love to do, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a passion, a gift, anything. Just run straight toward it and don't look back and don't worry about what anybody else has to think or say about it, because your life is yours to live. And that's the way we do when we gabbing. All right?
That's what we do. That's
like
what
that.
we do.
And with that, I want to thank everyone for listening. I want to thank Divine and Chance for coming in.
No doubt.
And I just want to say to the Gabbers, I love y'all. See y'all in the next one. Take
All
care.
right, y'all.
Peace out.
Misfits.
Know that.
Yeah.